Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Guys, holy crap. One Punch Man, One Punch Man. I honestly think that they could do so much better, but at the same time, guys, it's been years since this show's been shown, and I can't even fathom how fast it feels like it's going right now. Not to mention, they already kind of took off. Like, they did an episode that was very just relaxed, like, he literally, the most action that happened was Saitama fighting a person that really didn't have a chance fighting him, and he played video games with King. That was like the most chill episode we had. Um, and to think that we're getting right into this tournament, even if you don't watch if you stop after the end credits come up, you literally miss part of these episodes. This is probably the second or third episode they've dropped where they just leave something at the end of it all to pretty much make sure people, if you don't watch, people will know, like I almost missed it on last week's with the guy who we see this week, seeing Saitama slapping the guy who literally said he's gonna beat Saitama to a pulp and all this stuff. Literally watch him once slap him, but the move that he was doing was considered not that bad. So it just looks like Saitama's skill is so much higher than his that he absolutely got wrecked. And from our perspective, it just looked like Saitama slapping away a fly, when in hindsight, the guy was actually moving pretty quickly, and the attack seemingly should have been relatively strong enough to do damage to normal people who don't have any chance countering against it if they don't know it's coming. So he already says that Saitama is going to be the one in the finals pretty much. And I don't know if he's saying that because of he knows the bracket, and he knows like either A, no one's like gonna even about, or either everybody's gonna have around that speed or better, or I mean, because this guy seemingly has been watching for a while, Suryu or whatever his name is, because the reason why he's here is he supposedly wanted to fight he wanted to fight somebody. Oh, he wanted to fight the hero hunter who was posed up as just like a dude with a fox head. So he doesn't know who the heck he is, but he was hoping that he would show up this week. Mind you, this man is wearing the same exact outfit, and I think it was like, yeah, it was last year. So this nigga, he's been like, bruh, Hero Hunter, please get you some new clothes before I send you out some new clothes, because you've been wearing that for like a year, my dude. Um, Overall, though, him versus Metal Bat was so sick. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, there's no point for me to like hype up things that I didn't think was hype and hype up things that were hype. The thing that really surprised me was the fact that once we saw how Metal Bat was, getting stronger and stronger and faster, he still was not like catching the Hero Hunter. And not only that, if he was going faster and he was already like having his attacks caught, how then does the Hero Hunter, Gora or Gara? I call him Gara sometimes. It's like Goro. But how do you think he somehow then continues to match his speed if the guy is only getting stronger, right? So somehow this man saw Metal Bat and he's just like, oh, okay, I'm not even gonna go full in. I'm just gonna allow myself to, get this fight in, and whatever happens, happens, pretty much from what I could tell. And then somehow, some way, Metal Bat starts going even faster and almost clips him multiple upon multiple times yet again. And because he has a technique where he can actually just deflect stuff and doesn't even have to worry about taking the blow directly, that changed the whole fight like instantly. So not only did he not really sustain any damage now. He also found an opening and just capitalizes on him and just destroys him, which was crazy. Um, but mind you, after finding an opening, after deflecting and knowing how his moves were working and getting a clean hit in on a counter, Metalbite still would have won the fight overall, and his little sister actually saves the Hero Hunter from getting his brain smashed in because, as we saw, he was already crushing buildings with just his shockwave from hitting the ground, and it was going towards the building. He was destroying it. So it's not that hard to imagine what his abilities were climbing up to just by fighting someone like the Hero Hunter and how much damage he was sustaining from him to get that strong in the first place. And he fought a giant centipede that already gave him probably some strength, unless he has his ability like resets after he fights one thing and then fights another. That would be weird. Like everything he fights has to pump him up and not just he gets out in one fight and he's already pumped up for the rest of the time. And he lost so much blood. That's the true reason why his sister kind of pops him on the back of the head and he just passes out. I think all that blood loss and then her hitting the adrenaline out of him, that was a wrap. He had nothing left in the tank. He would have needed to landed that final blow that Garo had left his guard down completely, and that would have been it. And then he would probably passed out because he would have known the job was done. But this show, man, holy crap, that was a really fun episode to watch. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff in this show that I was disappointed in. For instance, I was disappointed in seeing one of the most dramatically changing moment of Bang, Silverfang's character, and him just taking out his blind fury on this boxing monster, so much so that a hero that he's clearly worked with, and I mean, it seems like all heroes he has a good like they really like him and he has a high reputation with them. So for the hero to see him and actually like not even recognize why he's doing this stuff and he's just going in, it was a good indication of that, Fang he's just not there right now. He's so angry and so focused on the Hero Hunter that none of this stuff can really stop him, and he needs to get moving. Not to mention, I'm surprised they didn't see the giant centipede in the sky. I mean, if they just followed that a little bit, they might have found their way to him. The other thing that kind of made me mad was, well, like I was saying, is when he does like this slaughter on this monster, it's all just like just weird looking blur. They use all blur for it. Even when he first connects, which if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, I put all this stuff in a post with like 25 pictures that I can put into it the most. And I try to put in all these stuff that I usually talk about in my reviews. That's what I'm usually going off of. So whatever I talk about, you can then look at the imagery of what I was going with. Like literally, I have verbatim what I'm talking about and how disappointing it looks. So I don't know. You guys be the judge of that for yourselves. Honestly, though, I just want this show to, find out that they can do much better. Because if you guys look at the very beginning, look at the centipede guy at the very beginning. They use some of the trashiest 3D like Berserk 2018 animation in that spot, and it's just funny to me to think that that's the lowest of the low they'll probably go is 2018, which or 2018 Berserk's animation style, which is, I mean, some people enjoyed it, but at the same time, it was mainly because of the story, and that's what a lot of these animes are only really striving from nowadays is the story. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, once they actually get their hands on this, like imagine all the people that are literally just waiting for this to come out on DVD. Imagine all the people waiting to get this on dub. There's so much fandoms and so many different people that haven't even had the chance to see what this looks like yet. And I think that's when we're gonna truly hear uh, the outcry for I mean, maybe more time or a new studio switch or something. I mean, the fandom has been going ham. Like, look at Sonic. Like, Sonic's fandom went in on them. So, if we get any type of fandom like that for One Punch Man, which it looks like it's already out there, it's growing quite quickly. I made a video saying that one of the fights were enjoyable and gave you guys an honest opinion, like I am right now, on how stuff looked, and I got flack for it because it's just not something you're supposed to like. You're supposed to hate it because if you hate it, maybe the show will get better or something. But if I think being honest is a better way of just playing this out though. So overall, man, we're seeing the Hero Hunter arc really just in full swing. We're about to see Saitama in this huge super fight place, 22 super fight. I can't wait to see how this actually plays out in the end game of it all. Um, there's someone who's pretty much there's two champions there, and we have some heroes that clearly people don't think are that strong because they don't actually use their hero gadgets and stuff during these fights. They're just strictly martial arts. So even the heroes have a chance to shine and show their actual combat prowess without the need of their like gadgets and stuff, which I don't think all of them use gadgets anyway. So, with that being said, I hope we get some good stuff with the One Punch Man. I mean, the story's looking great, and we have progression. Like we're not getting filler. It's looking good, but I just know how these things go, and I can imagine how frustrated a lot of people can be. So. With that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next one, and I truly hope that you guys enjoyed it, or give me your true honest opinion how you feel about this episode slash whole season as a whole, because it's looking like since it's probably 12 episodes, this is, I mean, like the most in-depth, like this is it, you know? This is what we're gonna get, and if it does well enough for them to warrant enough courage to put out a season 3, then this is probably how it's gonna be, you know. So, or maybe a little bit more toned up and touched up because they'll have a little bit more experience working with these characters, working with this animation, working with this story. That it can always get better over time. Just like updating games, these guys they were updating Super as Super was going along. By the time you get to the Jiren fight, you think you were watching a whole new show. So have hope, and I hope that the story stays amazing as it is. I'm really interested in just like overall everything right now, so that's a first for me when it comes down to a story that seemingly has one main character and he's not even the face of the show all the time. So with all these villains though, like which monster you like the most? I think that's going to be more of my discussions now because the monsters have some sick designs. So I think my favorite monster this week would have to be the guy in the bird suit who has a hand come out of the birds. I was like, oh man, this bird is crazy. It's just like a giant like bird. That's it. And then a freaking hand comes out handing out the Monster Association card. Yeah, that's the best guy this week. So with that being said, I hope to talk to you guys in the next one. I will be dropping a video quite soon, so make sure you are subscribed and have your notification bell on if you want to be instantly notified when that happens. So with that being said, peace.